G'day folks. Well, I'm part way through my cleanup and I thought I'd just demonstrate this little National kerosene heater. It seems to work very, very well. I think the main reason people get rid of them is because kerosene's about, I don't know, $2.80 a litre, whereas back in the day it used to be very cheap. But this thing is just roasting me right now. That's the model. Very straightforward. I'm running it on Jet A at the moment, which is aviation kerosene. It's just a very pure, high-grade form of regular kerosene designed for jet turbine engines, but it has no flammable vapours or anything like that in accordance with FAA regulations and all that sort of stuff, so it's probably the safest thing to run in it, really. If it's made for use in jet turbine engines, then it's definitely not an explosion risk compared with some of the cheaper, nastier heating fuels that you can get. Plus it also smells nice, it smells like a jet engine. It does have an electronic start on it, but I don't have any D-cell batteries, and that's not important. Yeah, the National brand hasn't been around for a long time, so it's almost pretty much vintage. Any kind of heater like this is going to end up as an obsolete item in the near future, given the price of fuel and oil, unless you can get access to free fuel like I do. Only reason I'm running Jet A in it is because I can get it for free. Any dregs left over in the drums from the helicopter rebuilders depot, they just throw out. They can't use it, they can't put it into any choppers or anything, so it ends up at the scrapyard with the empty 44-gallon drums, which usually have about, I don't know, 5 or 10 litres left in the bottom of them. So as a result I've got about 205 litres of full 44-gallon drum of Jet A at the moment. It's kind of handy to have considering we're headed for winter right now. But yeah, these are pretty simple units. They have a wick in the bottom of them. Turn him right down. Yeah, there's a wick in the bottom of it there. And that wick you can raise and lower using the control knob. This is for people who aren't familiar with this kind of heater. So if I wind that up, it exposes the wick, and there's an air passage coming up through the bottom of the cabinet, or through the bottom of the fuel tank, and out through those holes. That's how they get their air supply. But right now it's running rich, it's smoky as hell. So I'll put this on here, and it should create more of an updraft and lean it out a bit. So the smoke stopped, it's leaned it out a bit, so you can bring the wick up a bit more till this wire mantle type thing starts glowing, and then you're right. If you've got flames coming out the top of the mantle, then you're too high, but that's looking better. Yeah, once you get flame coming out the top of that red hot mantle, then you know your wick's too high, but right now it's pretty happy. So if I crank it right up, see how I've got flame coming out the top? That's not good. So just turn it down a little bit. A really nice heater. Not for confined spaces. They do create carbon monoxide and any byproducts from burning kerosene. But for out in the shed like this, where there's ventilation through the rafters and the sheet metal and everything, and an open door, they are absolutely perfect. Just like gas heaters and things like that, unless you've got a flue going outside, never operate them in a confined space. Even if they say they're sort of rated to certain confinement, I never trust them. People have died because of operating things like this, or certain types of gas radiant heaters in confined spaces. And it's often either due to ignorance or negligence that they operate them and then somebody dies. So yeah, you've got to be fairly careful with them, but as long as you've got good ventilation, good quality fuel and the correct fuel, proper kerosene, or in my case aviation kerosene, Jet A1, it works just fine. But of course, do not try Avgas. Avgas is basically petrol plus another 10 octane, so don't try that stuff at home. You'll end up blowing yourself sky high. Thanks for watching.